Hello, welcome to the video. So what we're doing is we're actually starting on day -3 before I've done any PvP training, because I want to get a baseline of how good I am at PvP. So we're going to do 5 sword matches in which I'm going to show you 2 of them, and then we're going to do 5 axe matches in which I'm going to show you 1 of them. Just so you know, I won 3 of the sword matches and lost 2 of them, and you'll see anyway, but I also then lost 3 axe matches and won 2 of them. Cue the clips, anyway, just cue the clips. There we go. Oh my god, wait. Okay, I know, tier 1's really good. I don't know how many tiers there are. I think there's 5? But I don't know how good you have to be to get a tier. Actually focus on what I'm doing. I'm so unfocused. I'm guessing it is low to high tip. I killed this guy earlier. Oh my god. Oh, I am about to get clotted. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh, I thought I'd said fucking poo for some reason. That's a 5. I might not get clotted. Have I even hit him? What? Ah, damn it, I missed. GG. Okay. We did better at sword PvP, which is what I expected, honestly. Now that I have a baseline for my skill set up, now I know how good I am, let's go on to day 1. Let's officially start training. So basically, I watched a video by this little numpty right here, Theobald. I don't know why I'm calling him a numpty, dude's fucking the goat at PvP. Basically, watched a video by this man on how to do, how to set up my hotkeys. And these are my hotkeys. 2 of them are on my mouse. This one and this one. This is the side button, this is the top button. That's just because of the mouse I have. I have the G502 Hero, I believe it's called, by Logitech. I don't know. To be honest, I want to do a minimum of an hour every day. I don't know if I'm going to do hotkeys for the entire time or if I'm going to move on to figuring out how to properly do this. Because obviously my distancing is a little gross. It's kind of fucking awful. Also, I'm not getting this consistently at all. yeah. So basically, how am I gonna practice my hotkeys? I could just sit here and just press the buttons over and over and over again, or which is what you should do, mind you. But that's absolutely what you should do. But I'm gonna do something a little bit different, just purely because I can. So I wrote a little Python script, and basically it used something called Pygame to basically. I'm using the wrong mouse software, hold on. Well, basically to just like practice. And so every 10 inputs, you don't really need to know specific, but every 10 inputs, the time frame gets shorter, and I also have to be holding W to input. Why do I have to be holding W? I should never need to remove my fingers from one of my movement keys, typically being W, to press any hotkey. So if I'm holding down W, then I know that my finger is never leaving W. That is the logic here. So yeah, this is basically how it goes. I'm probably not going to do a lot of talking because I'm going to be focused on what I'm actually doing. But yeah. Yeah, so F, C, R, tab, R, side mouse, F, tab, I hit R, tab again, F, 1, R, side, top, side. At this point, I just start trying to figure out how to W tap properly, and then I remember a little something called attribute swapping, which I'll go through at a later point in this week, I imagine. But I want to properly try it. So I mess around with this bot, which, by the way, if you want to set this up, watch this video. I mess around with this bot, and then I eventually go into a super flat world, and I just start testing it on pigs, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets progressively more cracked the lower health they are.
Oh.
For the people. For the people. I'll distract V for the people. No, I can't.
So for day 2, I wanted to practice W tapping, which I did here, but I wanted to try it on people in PvP Club, which I couldn't do. So we're gonna move on to day 3.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Hand grenade. Editor's note: get the file off my computer that's Hazel as Winston Churchill. There's Nani. I should have guessed that Nani's thing was called Nani.
Oh my god, 78 hit combo, awesome. I didn't drop it.
How does one combo?
Pardon?
How does one combo?
It's basically a mixture of something called W tapping and like your spacing. So it's like basically, so there are like 3, am I spreading? No, I'm not awesome. There are like 3 types of hit, right? Okay. So there is like a critical hit. Like you'll see it like down here where the subtitles are. So if oh fucking Jesus. Right there. So you have your critical attack, you have sweeping attack. I have just normally paused the game and taken a screenshot, oops. And then you also have something called a strong attack. So yeah, I'm sprinting now. So when I sprint and hit the guy, I do a strong attack. And basically what W tapping is you sprint and hit, and then once you've swung your sword, you stop sprinting, and then you reset your sprint. Because if you sprint hit and then hit again, like what's it called? You'll see like in the subtitles I'm now doing not a strong attack. I'm doing the normal sweeping attack, or a weak attack if I'm hitting too early. W tapping is just what's it called? Releasing and hitting W after you done an attack, so you can do increased knockback. So the clip of me explaining how combos work to Red is actually from later on in the session. So before Red joined, I was actually just in PvP Club trying to practice W tapping. I did like a half an hour of fights. I'm just gonna show a few of the games there, and then we'll move on to day 4. Any high tier 6 swords?
That's not even on the fucking tier list. Bro, how do you even tier test for tier 6?
Rina Senpai had the exact same energy, just what? The fuck?
What is my... How is he? Is this like a
Dude
custom
has
thing? Can I
ascended
buy
to the
this?
next fucking plane.
Can I like contact Marlo and be like, hey, I want to get a tier 7 sword test? And they would just be like, yeah, I'll organize that for you.
So we need to remember, just because someone doesn't have a tier doesn't mean they're not like the skill of like someone who's like tier 3.
They could be like tier 1 billion, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it! You just fucking stabbed me in my fucking spleen. Alrighty, hopefully my microphone's working. I'm gonna undeafen.
I have one though.
What is my game connected to? So the first thing that I want to do before I even get into a world, it's like a jump resetting. You jump at a precise time to stop you from taking knockback when the other opponent hits you. I'm not sprinting. Like that. Okay, I need to have better spacing. Am I even doing it, or am I just... But a way to test this would be to actually put it on medium. Also, I've lowered my FOV, because apparently it's better to have it, like, in the 190 range. Yep, instantly. Yeah, I'm roughly getting jump resetting, but I'm forgetting to release W and hit it again for the W tap. I expected it to, like, undeafen and, like, end up in, like, a yap fest.
No, I'm trying to get something done.
You're kind of locked in.
Yeah, everyone's so focused.
No, I just want this over with!
Ah! I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my fucking mind! Okay. After about half an hour of ultimately failing jump resetting, I decided to move into actual PvP, which went the same as literally every other day, which is to be expected. So let's move on to day 5. Can I stop missing hits? Oh my fucking god. I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember day 5 at all. I know that I did just exclusively like physical PvP instead of hitting the bot, but I have no recollection of this day. The entire point of this day was to see what areas do I specifically need to look at to practice, and I just didn't go back and watch the footage because I was just tired. I literally say at the end of this recording that I'm gonna go back and do it later, but I was just busy, so I didn't. But I do this on day 6, so let's move on to tomorrow, I guess yesterday for me, because move on. I actually just don't know what I want to do. I'm I'm trying to get the crit timing whenever like I'm hit selecting, which is what me getting hit and then me hitting after is. But I'm trying to get a crit off that. In my brain, for some reason, what I've been doing is I've been releasing. So I'll be moving, I'll release W, and then I'll hit. It's hit, then release W. There's also something I want to try, but I don't know if I can get it to do it. Because I want you to have the shield. I don't want to have the shield. If I make it not attack me, because it's really fucking annoying while I'm trying to do it, there's a thing you can do where you jump up. It's like you hit him with the axe and you switch to the mace. It's hard to tell if I've got it, because I don't know how to give him a shield and have him defend. Oh, there we go. I saw the sharpness effect. Okay, let's just go. Let's just go. Yep. I realized the bow was in his hand, but I was so locked on the crossbow. I'm not. I don't care. If you're being toxic, I just don't care for you. I don't know why I keep switching to the fucking bow. It's because I see so many people like pull up that bow and go like that. Which I don't know how they're doing. Like when you press it, it doesn't do that. I'm bad at understanding how much like, health my opponent has. I don't know if that's like a fucking skill or if I'm just brain dead. What the fuck is it that you're doing there? Okay, so he crit me with the axe, but then he switches to his sword. Cause all I just noticed was the crit from the axe and then a sword in his hand. 0.15, it's 0.25. I did watch a few more of my rounds after that to understand what I did well and what I did wrong. But I then went into aim labs and started practicing my tracking because God knows I need to get better at aiming. But yeah, that's all I really did for day 6. So let's move on to the final day, day 7. For day 7, I want to do the same thing I'm doing for the last couple of days. Play a couple of axe matches and just see where I'm going wrong. But I got kind of distracted, and I decided that I'd give Mace PvP a try, and this is kind of how it went. Why did I do... yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was the first week of PvP practice. If you enjoyed, then like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.